This is the point in time where there's the decision to create some views, not only for documentation, but just to help understand the project. So for example, if I draw a section from left to right, you'll see that it's cut through the building, and if I double click on the section head, it'll open it up where I can go and look at it, and it will be on the browser, it'll be under this thing that says sections, building sections. If I go back to the floor plan, the components that are part of this are the extents that you're looking. So see, if I move that green box back and then I look at the section again, I'm not going all the way through the building. So when you pick on the section line, you want to make sure that goes all the way through the building. You can flip it over, so you can choose which direction you're looking in. You can break the section line here, so it doesn't need to be running all the way through the building. You can put it back together by clicking on the break symbol there. So break it or unbreak it. You can change the look of the graphics by cycling through some of the options at the end, all done by picking the section line and then choosing that cycle through the options for how you want to display the section head. Pretty straightforward. So if you do another one, if you do a right click, create similar. If I'm going to come down through the building here, so through this portion of the building, I can flip it. I can choose what type of arrowhead I have, and all it remains is to name it. So it just called them section 1 and section 2. This was section 1. See if I open it up, and he calls that section X. Rename. She's just doing an X and Y. Or I could rename it in here. This will be section Y, XY. So you'd see them in your project in the browser under here. And then the last part he does here is to put an elevation in, and this is something I'm going to need to elaborate on a little bit here. So under the Views tab, you've got this option that says elevation, and you can come down and you can put in here, but that's meant as a building elevation. You see how it turns and faces the building? What you really want is this one down here called an interior elevation. And you can point to the inside of the north wall inside here, and then if you need to, you can using the arrow keys to just nudge it down a little bit. And up here, what we're going to do is say, that's awfully lengthy, but just do it as just so you see the naming convention in the book here. If he calls it kitchen north wall, east wall. Oops, sorry. I was trying to click on the elevation tag there, so you can see it here. And then on the browser, what I was going to do was under interior elevations, you could click and change the name in there. So rename, that was kitchen north wall. Back on first floor here, you see what it shows here. I think I'd be more inclined to do that as well, let's turn the other ones. Let's do it as he does it in the book. So picking on the section head there, sorry, and then turning on the checkbox is turning on the elevation. What happens is that it looks for what it calls bounding objects. So see if I pick a wall and it says room bounding. All walls are room bounding. So when you place this inside a room, the line that it creates, you can see it there, is going from inside face to inside face. And if I pick on this one, this might be a bit clearer, it's going from inside face to inside face. These can be edited to go wherever you want them to go, but it's creating views of this. I'm just going to call that, because I don't really want to have to get into how do I change the label so it reads all of that stuff. Just call it A, B, C, D, or north, south, east, west. So let's do go here. That one was A, elevation 1A, rename. What would be better would be to do sorry, let's do this, just rename it as kitchen, or KITCH 1-A, and then kitchen 1B. Kitchen 1C and kitchen 1D. So, because presumably you might have other kitchens. Now, how this worked, you'll see this later on. But it looked for floor to floor, and it created the elevations of the inside of the wall here. If I pick that, those are really messy. I'll elaborate on that a bit later to show how you can clean it up.